Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. You know, I'm always going to give it to you raw and uncut with brutal honesty. Now, today I'm going to be talking about, well, I actually have a question. Do you ladies and you gentlemen, especially gentlemen, do you believe that black women vaginas are ran through? The reason I'm asking that because it seems like women are so hypersexualized now that women don't really have much of a moral standard anymore when it comes to relations. So I'm gonna play some videos of some women who are talking about it as well as giving you my commentary. Hold on one second, gentlemen. Let me upload the clip.
Okay, y'all, we grown, right? So let's hurt some feelings real quick. So a lot of y'all females always talking about how a man gotta be a certain size, right? But are you a certain size? And I'm not talking about weight. Is it like throwing a hot dog down the hallway? Or do
I like where she's going with this already. Some women say they want the BBC, but majority of times when they want the big black dingaling is because they done had 1,000 dingalings in them already that has stretched them out. And when you have a woman that has a high body count, they are always going to compare you to the other lovers that they have had in their lifetime, which means the more bodies that a woman has, the more men that women sleep with, it's going to be more difficult for them to be pleased sexually.
or do you really got grip? Because women with grip ain't going around talking about he gotta be this, he gotta be that, he gotta be this, he gotta be that. Like, y'all be exposing more about yourselves than y'all do about the man y'all think y'all talking about. Like, that's just the honest truth. I ain't never heard a woman who has virtue and who is, well intact down there talking about she want a man of a certain size. Maybe you need a man of a certain size because otherwise you won't feel anything.
Exactly, like what I just said right there. A lot of women are getting ran through monthly. Women can sleep with at least 5 or 6 or even 20 different men in a month. And that seems like an extreme, but no, there's a lot of women. You also have to add into this how many babies some of these women have. Some women have 3 babies, 4 babies, 5 babies. I met a woman who had 8 babies, different baby daddies. Now imagine different size penises going into these women. And then imagine not only your vagina getting stretched out by different sizes of penises, but also getting stretched by children coming out of your womb. Now, don't believe the hype of women say you can get all tight, put vinegar on it. That doesn't happen for every woman. See, this is why women should really remain virgins, but that's hard to find. The reason why you should remain a virgin is because you wouldn't have any other men to compare your sexual experiences with. You can't say that Jerome's doggy style is better than Raquan's doggy style. You couldn't say the way that Kevin hit me from the back or lay on top of me and bust on me is different from Albert's. You can't say these things. You can't say this person's better than you. But because you are so wild in these streets, ladies, and willing to give your womb up in your vagina, you will never have peace in a sexual relationship. This is why you have to have all these different things, these roses, these toys, because you have made yourself a whore, and it's hard to turn that off.
And P.S., and that's why it doesn't pay to sleep around, because the more you sleep around, the more it takes to please you. The more you sleep around with man to man to man, you have 300 men to compare it to. So of course it's going to be hard to please you. Close.
Exactly what I just said. The more men that a woman sleep with, the harder for her to be satisfied by any men. This is why women nowadays have so many different side dudes, because even the good dude that they're with can't satisfy them. And she got to have more than one side dude sometimes, because even the side dude ain't satisfying her.
Hard to please you. Close your legs and you'll be pleased a lot easier. The less men you sleep with, the easier it is to please you. Right. Basically, y'all sexual appetites are through the roof. A lot of y'all need to just lock it up for a while. Like, you're so over-sexualized. And that's why you need toys, you need this, and can he match my freak, and all of that, because you're over-sexualized. Like, I'm just trying to tell y'all.
Over-sexualized is another way of her being nice and kind instead of calling you a hoe and a slut. That's what she's trying to say.
I don't listen to me if you don't want to.
You see, this woman has common sense, man. The more women sleep with different men, the harder it is for them to remain faithful to other men that they get with, because they're so used to being freaks. I'm gonna put another clip up here of another woman who also agrees with what we're talking about here, gentlemen. But women, don't you value your vagina enough not to give it to just anybody?
Okay, I hope y'all can see me, but you're absolutely right. And for the women that are in my comment section angry that I said women messing with multiple men, whether at the same time or not, is still a train.
Did y'all catch that? She said women messing with multiple men at a time is still a train. She's not talking about different men in one bedroom with one woman taking turns. She's saying if you sleeping with this guy on Monday, you sleep with another guy on Friday, then another guy next Tuesday, then you seeing different men, it's like running a train. You get that? And I kind of agree where she's coming from with that, because even though a woman may not be getting all these pipes in one room at one time, it's still random men penises contacting her, giving it to her. You get what I'm saying? So it is in a way a train.
The ones that are in my comment section, which so happen to be sisters, y'all are the reason that Black women are so easily over-sexualized. Y'all are the reason that as a whole, Black women are looked at as ratchet and whorish. Women like you guys, the women that were in my comment sections angry, women like y'all are what make it hard for good women like myself. Women like y'all are what makes good women like myself have to fight so hard to be separated and to be looked at different. You know what I'm saying? And y'all the same women that would complain about Black women being over-sexualized, complain about not having protection and all that. Who wants to protect them?
Who wants to protect a whore? That's where she was going with that. And she's right. The very women who are complaining about men over-sexualizing women are the very women that are acting like whores and being ratchet. And just like that woman was saying right there, they are complaining about men not wanting to provide or protect them. But who wants to protect a no good for nothing low life whore? This is crazy, gentlemen.
I think a lot of the times what women don't want to talk about is it's like you have these get more bodies. You now one day you want to settle down and try to have a happy housewife life. And it's like after having all these bodies and having all this memory of these different men going in and out of you, you think you're not going to just be able to just sit down one day and submit to a man and stay loyal to a man
after you had all these different men run in and out of you like ants do through an anthill or ant mound. How women don't understand the energy that comes through sex from men to women and women to men. You will forever be changed once a man puts his penis in you, regardless if you like the sex or not.
After you've had all those different bodies and all those different spirits going in and out of you. And so it's like, not only is there, to me, there's the physical risk that you can have, whether it's pregnancy, whether it's STDs. Some of these dudes could be, who knows? I mean, some of the guys could be dangerous. Who knows? But even apart from that, now you're talking about, this is more experience, more and more experience, more mileage you're adding to your body. And then if you think you have some of these men, and some of these men literally have for a living. So if you, for lack of a better term, you're going and you're engaging in prostitutes, you're engaging with men who basically their profession, apart from whatever else they do on the side, is to pleasure women. You go and
this is why women can't please men. I mean, this is why women cannot be fully pleased by a lot of men. This is why women are cheating all the time. Let me show you something, gentlemen. You see that on the screen? According to the Journal of Marital and Family Therapy, 57% of men overall admit to committing infidelity at some point in their lives, but 54% of women overall admit to committing infidelity in one or more of their relationships. So what is that, 54, 5, 6, 7? That's only 3% difference, man. These women are out there sleeping with different men because they can't be sexually satisfied sometimes because they have had so many men in them.
Have those experiences. Now, any and every man that you interact with, you're going to be judging based upon that. You're going to be judging based upon that fantasy. And then now you're supposed to just sit down one day and then just have a happy-go-lucky and be satisfied in that relationship. Now compare him to that fling that you had in Jamaica. And so I think also women start setting themselves up because it's like there's more mileage, and then now you're creating an appetite for something that is largely unrealistic. And then now
Exactly. The more sex a woman has with many different men, the more sexual appetite she will have. For example, if a woman never had a vagina ate and all she ever done in life was just missionary, once a man eats her vagina once and she enjoys it once, anything that she does once that she enjoys, she will develop an appetite for that. That's why when women also who claim to be bi-curious have that bisexual or lesbian experience, if they like it, they will do it again. Anytime you do anything twice is a pattern, which means you're going to keep doing that. And even when you try not to do it anymore, you always going to have that desire for it because you enjoyed it. It was a pleasurable experience for you.
everything that you do, every man that you attempt to date, every man that you try to settle down with, if you're even trying to do that, you're now going to judge based upon that lens. Nobody's going to measure up. You can't have multiple men and act as if you're not going to have repercussions. Some theories suggest that anytime a woman has a man, he literally leaves his genetic material in her body. You think about it, just the anatomy of a woman, right? Anytime a man is entering into her woman, times that by 10, 20, 50. Let's say you're a woman walking around with the genetic material of 50 men in your body. That ain't going to mess up your pH balance. That ain't going to mess up your hormones. That ain't going to mess up your psychology. Like, we act like we can do these behaviors and there's no repercussions, and that's not real life. That's maybe what you see on Mutel.
That's true. There's consequences to your decisions. You know what I mean? Let me show you this. Blacks struggle with 72% of unwed mothers. 72%, I think it's more than that now, of women have children out of wedlock because they can't keep their damn legs closed, man.
Televisions, that's maybe what we see in these different series. But the reality of how it impacts you, it's not just physical, it's not just emotional, it's spiritual. It impacts you on every single level. This is why I don't agree with that.
Yes, I agree with everything these ladies are saying right here. You can't help but to agree with it. It all makes sense. Women, their vaginas are ran through. They have a lot of knowledge. What they call that, the hodometer. This is why a lot of women can't be pleased a lot of times. This is why women always want different fetishes and stuff like that, because they experiment too much with different things. So I just wanted to drop this video today just to make you think. And tell me what you think about what you heard. You have a good one now. You hear?